Hello, Tim here from i-team. Today we're going to run through some basic troubleshooting steps for the i-mop. So, starting with the deck of the machine, coming down to the pad drives. These are our green twister pads, which we recommend using on all your vinyl floors. And then also you've got your standard medium blue brushes, which you use on your rougher concrete floors. When installing the pad, make sure the green surface is facing the floor, as this is where the diamond is impregnated into the green layer, and once that green layer has gone, then it is time to replace your pads. So just keep an eye on the pads as they are a wear item and will need to be replaced. Now, just on your squeegee assembly, if your machine isn't picking up dirty water, then we want to remove this. Put your thumb on each side and pull that off. You've got a cuff here which you just pull off to remove it. And we want to look at the state of our rubbers. This is what we call, this edge here is what we call our leading edge. And if this is worn and it's more tapered, then it'll start to lead more water. And you need to either rotate the rubbers or get them replaced altogether. If the rubbers have gone all wavery, which can occur as a result of high oil content on the floor, then this is also another indicator to replace the rubbers. A first one, also from a daily perspective, is all the maintenance point on the machine are yellow. So this yellow piece, the deflector on the squeegee assembly, should be rinsed out after every use, as you can get rubbish jamming in there. Another point that can also affect the suction and pickup is that wheels are worn too far down. And what happens is once they're worn down too far, they'll overbend the rubbers and therefore it won't suck up the water properly. So these wheels have got a little bit of wear, they've still got a fair bit more life on there. You'd probably get another, say, 8mm off that before they need to be replaced, but you want to keep an eye on all those components. Over time, from removing the squeegee hose in your daily use to rinse your squeegee, this little yellow cuff here will wear and will need to be replaced. If it falls out too easily, should be a tight fit, but if it's not, then it can be very easily replaced. Just unscrew it and you can purchase that cuff just to refit it on here. If you're having issues with the squeegee falling off the machine, off these pins here, then that's an indicator that the rubber washer under this little stainless plate is worn. So keep an eye on that. If it is starting to fall off, you will need to get some of these rubber washers, and it's very simple to replace. Just a Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew those two screws there, and then replace the rubber washer underneath on both sides. And you can refit that and reconnect to the machine. Coming up a bit, another point to also check if it's not picking up water effectively is this clear plastic deflector. Rubbish can get caught as it's coming out here, so just check that and use a pen or a screwdriver up under there and remove any debris that's in there. Another point to check if there's either poor suction, if you've checked the squeegee assembly, check the deflector, is make sure the correct cap is installed on the recovery tank. It can't be the blue cap because the blue cap has a breather in it, therefore it won't create the suction that it needs. So ensure that's correctly installed. Another point to check on the tank is also this ball float. This is the item that should be rinsed after every use. When you're emptying the recovery tank, pull this out and give that a bit of a rinse. Ensure that's clear. If all those components have been checked and you're still experiencing poor suction, then I'd also suggest checking the back hose, and this, remove your plain water tank, remove this from here, unscrew the cuff, remove the squeegee, and this can be pulled out from the base. Then once you've got it out, run some water through it under a tap, stretch it a bit to help break off any dirt, ensure that's nice and clean. Just inspect the hose for any splits. Once that is all clear and you want to reinstall it, remove the other cuff. The reason for that is there are different cuffs on the top and the bottom. Then feed the hose back down, it doesn't matter what direction that goes. And then reinstall the top cuff. The bottom one. And then refit that on there. If the machine's not putting down water, then you need to check your solution tank. So down at the base of the solution tank there is a filter, so you can unscrew that and rinse it under the tap, make sure it's nice and clean. But before you even get to that, make sure it's seated properly on the i-mop. So fill your tank up, put the base in first, push it down a little bit and then push it in. If you've done that, the filter's clean. There's also one other filter to check, and that is under this little screw here. So this can be a standard right end thread, so unscrew that, and there's a little gauze filler on underneath there. Give that a rinse, make sure that's all nice and clean. If you're having issues with the machine not turning on, then the first thing I would do is put the batteries on the charger, check what percentage they're showing, and then when you refit them on the machine, make sure they're firmly secure and you hear that click when you're pushing it in. Also, just in relation to startup training, if you're new to these machines, the first point I would go to is this QR code on the back of the i-mop. This will take you through to a series of videos from unpacking to setup to in use. And finally, just in relation to posture and how to use this machine correctly, put your hand through here, put your thumb against the tank, and just push that off and let that down. Don't use your foot to push that down. And then always keep an upright posture in use. So you can go lower the handle down to here, but you don't want to be bending your back when operating the machine. And use it with two hands, keep the machine nice and close to you. Turn this on. And then just twist the handles when you want to turn. When you're finished, to bring up the deck, move the handle up to the top, make sure you keep holding that, and then just lift up this handle here. And then we're right to transport the i-mop. So I trust you found that helpful. If you do have any further questions, you can reach us via the website. That's i-teamanz.com. Thanks very much.